Hi, my name is Eddie Santos. I'm a retired Army Sergeant with more than 23 years, and I am a disabled vet. I've been all over the place trying to get assistance for my disability. And as for right now, the only person that seemed to help me out was when I went to the congressman's office, tried to get some assistance for him to help me get my prosthetic leg fixed. So finally the congressman had me the opportunity to go to Palo Alto in San Jose, California, where they finally fixed my prosthetic. If you need help and you seem to not get it anywhere, you should go see our congressman with the people he has there to help us veterans get what we need and what we deserve for doing our time in service for the freedom of our island and for our country.
This ad was paid for with official funds from the office of Congressman Michael F.Q. San Nicolas.
Funerals actually take a lot more planning than I expected. With us using island cuisine for the first time, of course we were iffy, but once they came and showed us their service, their food, we tasted their food and everything, we definitely use them again because their service and food is just awesome.
So we're gonna call a gentleman who wants to talk from the inside of these quarantine facilities to the outside because he can't because he's inside. Half a day, Dave. This is Johnny and Troy and the rest of Kandit land.
Half a day, Johnny and Troy.
Hi.
Eric in the background.
So far.
Hey, how are you doing, first of all?
I'm good. I mean, as well as can be expected, you know.
Okay, thank you. Well, can you just, you start this off and you tell us what happened when you got off the plane and where are things at now?
Well, you know, while I was traveling, I guess they put out this notification about a possible ban. I thought it'd be a home quarantine, or not a ban, but a quarantine. Upon arrival in Manila, I was there for maybe 3-4 hours tops before I caught my connecting flight. I was just in transit through Manila. And as we landed at the airport, we went through the regular process of clearing immigration, down through baggage claim, where we met with a bunch of government officials, a bunch more law enforcement officials who are directing people on what to do. Basically told us to claim our baggage, fill out this questionnaire, proceed to a table that was manned by, I guess, public health officials, where they took the document that we filled out the questionnaire. They took our passport and then filled out some form, gave it back to us, and told us that we're going to be on a mandatory quarantine.
Wow.
And they took us into a back room as we waited for everyone to go through that process. All that while, the room started filling up with people. I mean, talk about trying to curb the spread of this virus through social distancing, and then you cram everyone into a room. And then when everyone was there, they took the baggage that they wanted to, you know, whoever wanted to have them transported bus, and then they proceeded out the back into the tarmac into 5 buses and bussed us down to where we're presently at. I'm located at the Days Inn Hotel.
Did they say anything to you when they dropped you off at the hotel?
No, it's like mass confusion. They really didn't know what they're doing. It was like they just put together this operation like right before or like right when the planes took off. Hey, they're coming in after midnight. That's the deadline. What are we doing? Type of deal.
They didn't give you like a maybe some orientation or a list of do's and don'ts or You
No,
know,
I've been asking that since forever, since we landed or since we got here. When I asked that question, one of the people that were here, that was a government official, I said, "Hey, what are the do's and don'ts here?" And she's like, "No smoking." I'm like, "I'm not talking about hotel rules or whatever. I'm talking about this quarantine. What are the do's and don'ts? What are the regulations?" They didn't have answers to that. And to this point, we don't have any government person point of contact on premise that we can request anything that we might need or allay any concerns that we might have or just anything. There's no point of contact person here. I mean, yesterday after they checked us in and dropped us off, checked us in, they split. They left us.
wow.
There's no one here.
So who can answer your questions?
I'm sorry?
Who can answer your questions if you guys have any questions?
I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that out.
Wow.
I had a friend who's in the third floor. I mean, I've just been contacting with people that I know here that I befriended, and so he went down for his medical test, and they gave him a form after I came up. Well, they didn't give me that form. The public health official gave me a form on basically home isolation guidelines. He got a form on the guidelines, rules and regulations to this quarantine, which he took a picture of and he sent it to me. So I called the front desk and I asked if there's any government official there, and still there's none. So I asked her about this form about 2:30. It is now 5:45. I still have not received this form that they said they would send up to my room. So I still don't know what the do's and don'ts are here. I went down earlier because my friend Al Balvin and my buddy Jackie, they came and brought a care package to me. Thank you, Barry. I love you guys. But anyways, I went down and the girl at the front desk says, "Excuse me, you can't be out of your room." Well, who are you? You're just a hotel employee here. I mean, why don't I have a government official or someone trying to tell me what I can and can't do here? What are the do's and don'ts? So she received my package, gave it to me, and told me, "Sir, next time we'll receive your package and we'll bring it up to your room."
Dave, I'm sorry. Did you say that hotel staff are the ones
it's
who are
only
manning?
hotel staff that we've been dealing with since yesterday.
Nobody, not public health
After they
there,
dropped us here,
nobody.
public health came here all day. My friends in media kept asking me, calling me, "Hey, have they given you guys temperature readings? Because they're supposed to do that twice a day." Well, I went down 12 o'clock, no one there. The hotel staff said, 12 o'clock, they're supposed to come and relieve us. There's supposed to be no more hotel staff. I went down 1:30 for something. I said, "Hey, anyone show up?" "Oh, not yet." They said 5 o'clock, they'll show up. Our boss said 5 o'clock, they'll be here. Well, I took a nap. I got up about 6:30. I looked downstairs, so I saw them there. And then they started doing the health screening.
So these hotel staff, when they get off work, are they going back into the community or are they being
going
quarantined?
home after interacting with us who are in quarantine for possible infection of this virus.
Wow.
Now you're sending these private citizens that to me have no business being here because this is a government quarantine zone.
Wow.
It should be ran by government employees that are properly trained to deal with this situation and the people that are in quarantine. And if this is a quarantine, why do they continue to have us go outside to a common area to get a temperature reading and to ask us a couple questions? We should be here in this room on lockdown. Is that not what this quarantine is? We keep bringing people.
They're making them go to the lobby or whatever room to get tested. So each and every person comes out of their room and goes into the lobby to get tested.
So they're coming into contact with people who are going to be released.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, we are continuing being exposed to each other.
My
When they
goodness.
first called me last night, I went downstairs and I saw a line of people. I said, "Excuse me, can you please call me later when there's no one here? I don't want to be around anymore."
So there's a line of people.
They had a few people that were standing back to back and getting their temperature readings and stuff.
Oh my
So I
God.
came upstairs and I waited for them to call me, which was sometime about 9:30. And then they said they would call us again in the morning for the first reading and then in the evening. Well, I didn't get my first reading today till about 12:30 in the afternoon. Now, if you're going to do a blood temperature reading at 12:30 in the afternoon, my friend on the third floor had a reading about almost 2:45, and then you're going to do one in the evening. I don't think that's enough of a span of time to give anything to manifest, to get a proper indication whether someone is possibly positive or negative if they're running a temperature. He says a bogus reading of 99, and he goes, "Wait a minute, won't you ask me what I'm doing? Because I was outside in the sun and airing out my luggage, because that's another thing we have an issue with, is that they didn't give us proper sanitizing material to sanitize, or, when I came in, I had to go downstairs and ask if they had any Clorox wipes or something so I can sanitize my suitcase.
So they do not provide you sanitary or sanitizing products.
Nothing.
But they're forcing you in these rooms.
I'm sorry?
But they're forcing you guys in these rooms, and they haven't provided you with sanitation products. Wow.
Exactly. Before they gave us our rooms, our baggage wasn't even here yet. So they told us to go upstairs. And I went downstairs and I inquired as to when our baggage would arrive. They said, it should be on the way. I was like, yeah, but what am I supposed to do? Right now, I'm in the same clothes that I traveled with. I want to get out of this clothes because this clothes could be possibly contaminated. What do you want me to stand in the middle of my room? I don't want to sit on my bed or on the chair because then I'm contaminating these things. Do these people not know about cross contamination? This whole thing from the get-go, from the airport, was handled wrong. There's a gentleman across the way from me who is a federal fire captain, retired, hazmat certified, hazmat trained, and he was grilling these guys last night about these issues. Those baggage that came off the plane should never have gone onto the conveyor belt. That thing should have been placed on the tarmac and decontaminated on the tarmac. We should have walked through a decontamination chamber. If they deemed us as potential hazards by coming to this island, then they should have handled it properly and not bring us into these areas. Those baggage that went on that conveyor belt could possibly contaminate the conveyor belt. And not every flight is going to be quarantined. There's going to be people coming in on other flights that are going to have their baggage go on that same conveyor belt. They're going to pick up that baggage, possibly be contaminated, and go back home and take it home, and take it back into the community.
Wow.
Nothing is being handled. Like I said, and when they dropped us there, they just left us. They left us. There's no government official, and the hotel staff are the ones that have been coming and delivering us our breakfast and our lunch yesterday and giving us water and whatever issues they had. I mean, why are we dealing with hotel staff? They're not the ones that quarantined us.
Dave, what about, I'm going to imagine that there are at least some people who have prescription needs, are at the very least, do you know if they're allowing some sort of communication to happen so that people who have prescription needs are able to refill their prescriptions?
I hope that, when they went downstairs for the temperature readings, they expressed those, those concerns they have with public health officials. I mean, but as far as I'm concerned, I figured, okay, yesterday it was a huge clusterfuck. So maybe today they'll have to go room to room. Excuse me, is there any concerns that you have that we need to know about? Do you have any medical conditions, any food allergies, anything of that sort, so that we can address that? Today, nothing.
Has a doctor been there to assess you guys? Has any doctor been there to see you guys?
Any doctor?
Yeah.
Not that I know of. I know that there's been health professionals, I don't know, doctors, nurses, I'm sure, that have been taking our temperature. It's a very simple process. Last night they had the temperature thermometer that they put under your tongue. So they took your ID, they logged it in, they asked you what room number you're in, and they asked you a couple questionnaires of whether you're feeling fever, if you have headache, and the like. And that's it. And then this morning I went down there, they had the thermal scanner. They asked me my room number, they took my ID, they logged it in. They didn't even go through the questionnaire that I remember. So how hard is it to just go to every room, knock on the door, and keep us in isolation? Keep us in isolation where we should be, because that's what quarantine is about. Instead of continuing to put us in a common area where if someone was infected and they infected that area, you're going to make a healthy person infected now by bringing them into that common area.
So your concern isn't necessarily that you're quarantined. Your concern is that the quarantine is botched, or its integrity is botched so much that you're concerned that you're exposed now.
Yes, there's no protocol, and if there was, they didn't follow any protocol. I don't know what kind of protocol it is to try and contain any type of virus that's there.
Dave, I'm gonna give you a secret phone number, and you can share it with anybody there. You can text it everywhere, WhatsApp it to everybody who's over at your hotel and then the other hotel. It's the number to the Joint Information Center so that you can get some answers. It's 478. Do you have that?
I called earlier and I inquired about government representation here and the front desk girl told me that she'll take my concern and give it to her boss. And I said, and what is your boss going to do? I said, I need this thing expedited pronto.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, your boss is just working for the hotel. He's not a government official. Why is there not a government official number that you can call? Why do you have to give this to your boss, wait for him to come in sometime later on today, this evening, and then what? It's already end of business day.
Well, I'm gonna when we're done here, I'm gonna message you the phone number, and I think I have the governor's cell phone number too. I'll message that to you.
Yeah, this is just like a drop and go. It just drops us and split. I mean, there's no representation that we can see to or speak to about any concerns we have. My concern really is I'm easy about this, but I'm talking for a lot of people that won't speak up. I mean, my concern too is there's a lot of elderly people that were on the flight that were, I'm sure, put in quarantine. That the fire captain across the way was saying, hey, they might be on insulin too, and they might need medical help or have medical concerns that they need to address. There was a ambulance that pulled in last night that kind of made my heart beat because it's like, wow, did someone test positive? And when I inquired about it, they said that no, it was just someone that needed to be taken to dialysis. Okay, well, fine, but I didn't hear that same ambulance come back and drop that person off.
Oh
So I want
man.
to know.
So that
I
means
hope
that person,
people that
if
were-
they are contaminated, is over at the dialysis center.
So
I have no idea because that was late at night, and I don't know what dialysis treatment centers open that late.
how about, so in the absence of information from the government to you guys, is there a great sense of anxiety and worry among the people there around you?
Well, I haven't really had a lot of contact with, but there are some concerns because there's no information coming to us.
Man, I'm sorry about that situation, Dave. We're
No, it's not,
sorry.
you know,
about
like I said, it's no one's fault. If this is what's got to be done, it's got to be done. But do it right. If this is the way you're going to handle every flight after our flight, and it's already botched, then it's wrong.
Yeah. Well, you know what? When the next time we talk to Joint Information Center, we will be asking them about this.
And we will forward you whatever numbers we have.
Thank you. Okay, so they just dropped me my dinner on the updated guidelines. Updated guidelines, which I didn't even see the first set of guidelines.
Oh, well, at least you have guidelines now.
Yeah, I know what I can and can't do here.
All right, all right.
You know, and it's still, we really need, I'm not the only one that has concerns with sanitizing items because even the fire captain and my friend upstairs, because even if this food that they brought me, I sanitized this wrap that it's wrapped in before I even want to touch it. You know,
Yeah.
because I don't know where that person was, where he came from, who we spoke to.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's a Caribbean. I don't know if he got it from someone around here because he's going through all these rules. Because there's a lot of concerns about the way things are handled, and they shouldn't be having hotel staff do it. Concern the fire captain has, that I also has, that at some point they're going to have to collect these used items, the towels and stuff. Who's going to collect it? Will they be properly trained, or are they going to get infected, or are they going to take that shit back home?
Yeah.
So if they're not going to do it properly, instead of containing it, it's going to be part of spreading this back out in the community by putting innocent people's lives at risk by having them be here.
Which would make the quarantine, you know, moot
Yeah,
or
senseless.
useless. Yeah.
Useless.
Yeah.
I mean, to continue to have us go out and to do a quick testing when they can go door to door and knock and make faster, because 3:30 in the afternoon or something for a first test for my friend upstairs, 3 o'clock is like late in the day. I mean, they said they're going to do it in the morning and in the evening. It's almost evening.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it is the evening. Yeah, it's 6 o'clock. Oh
So
man.
there's a lot of concerns there, a lot of anxiety. My friend just pointed out that I also saw that on this emergency involuntary detention order that they gave us, it says not to exceed 10 days, but the dates they put on it totals 14 days.
Oh, well, that sounds like a big discrepancy.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
we'll try to get an answer on that as well.
Can you send us a picture of that?
Sure.
Okay.
You know, I hope they really take the advice from the medical professionals, because they've been telling them from the start. This thing is in its infancy stages, and if they don't get a grasp of it, it's going to take off.
Right. Yeah.
Need to stop withholding information from the public. They got to just trust in the public are a bunch of educated and, intelligent thinking people that will make the right decision. Because everyone should be walking around thinking and acting like they have this.
Right.
Because,
Exactly.
the study in China was 80% of the people infected were infected by people that they didn't know they had it.
Exactly.
They're just expecting that in California, in about 8 weeks' time, 2-point-something million people are going to be infected. And in New York, in about 8 weeks, they're going to run out of medical equipment and gowns and masks like that.
Well, let's hope it doesn't get to that here.
Exactly what I'm trying to say. Once we get to that point, it's going to be. I know everyone on this one that calls Guam home. They love this island. They love their family. So please stay home. How hard is that? 14 days. We're 14 days. I challenge all of you. You don't have to go out. Stay home.
Yep.
Do that for the love of your family. I was just watching this thing on TV on the news that this family in the States, they lost 4 members of their family and there's 3 more that are very ill.
Yeah. That's New Jersey, right?
Yes, this thing can take your whole family. Come on, take it seriously. Stay home. Stop trying to fight the system. Just stay the hell home.
Yeah.
It's that simple. 14 days, you know whether you're good or you're not. And then they can trace who is not good.
Yep.
You can't tell if you keep going out and infecting more and more people because you're a carrier and you don't know it.
Dave, thank you so much.
that.
Thank you so much for your words of wisdom and for giving us a glimpse into what's happening inside there. You take care, and we'll stay in touch with you, okay?
Thank you for allowing me the opportunity, and please get these government officials get on the ball and handle this properly.
We'll do. We'll do.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you, Dave.
Take care, you guys.
Okay.
You too.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Eddie Santos. I'm a retired Army Sergeant with more than 23 years, and I am a disabled vet. I've been all over the place trying to get assistance for my disability. And as for right now, the only person that seemed to help me out was when I went to the congressman's office, tried to get some assistance for him to help me get my prosthetic leg fixed. So finally the congressman had me the opportunity to go to Palo Alto in San Jose, California, where they finally fixed my prosthetic. If you need help and you seem to not get it anywhere, you should go see our congressman with the people he has there to help us veterans get what we need and what we deserve for doing our time in service for the freedom of our island and for our country.
This ad was paid for with official funds from the office of Congressman Michael F.Q. San Nicolas.